For people who hasn't heard about art therapy and music therapy, or you just heard about the name and you don't know much about this too, you're probably going to think, well, just art class and music class, I can do a lot of things without paying such a high rate for therapy. But the fact is, art therapy is a psychotherapy that can help people to process their emotions and working on their mental health, fighting depression, anxiety. There are so many benefits of art therapy that we can adopt in our lives. And then I think many people doesn't know about these benefits. So this is why today I'm sharing this with you. And then, yes, a lot of people say that creating art, especially a lot of artists I know, they say creating art is a very good way to relax. I just go sketching with my friends and then I just make art at home. Yes, you can make art at home and feel relaxed. It has a lot of positive effects. But the thing is, this is like you're reading a self-help book, comparing you actually go and see someone, a psychologist, a counselor, a psychotherapist, to get the support and get through the therapy. So making art like reading a book at home that you can learn the tips and things that you can actually do to support your mental health, but still different from reading a book to actually receive treatment. Today, I'm just going to talk about that. Go to see an art therapist and work with an art therapist, and then compare with you actually go to see an artist and participate in an art class. My name is Xiang. I am an artist and I'm also an art therapist. So I'm just going to bring it to you with my professional perspective, the difference between art therapy and art. The biggest difference between an art class or just art itself and art therapy is that art has a focus on the artwork. The art therapy has a stronger focus on the therapy. And art is only the tool of it. The first thing is the result between art and art therapy. Art has a stronger focus of the result. Well, by definition of art, people have all kind of definition of art, but I'm not going to get into that rabbit hole today. Just saying we commonly understand art including painting, sculptures, or textile, could be video, photography. So all these kind of things are art. And then the focus is usually the result of the artwork. For example, we all know this woman, she is an artwork. And we all know that not all the artwork in this world has so much fine details like this work in particular. So in the modern art, we have abstract art. So you can make art just with colors and lines, and it doesn't have to have a shape. And then art has many, many forms, but a banana. So this is art. People has a stronger focus of what is the final result, and then people talking about the result of the artwork. But art therapy can be quite different. You can still make an abstract art like this, just to express your emotion. But a lot of time, art therapy might look like this. This is a story talking about maybe a mother is looking after baby and the father is in a distance. And then this is one of my artwork, well, a copy of my art therapy work. I pushed it closer to the camera so you can see it. So we use art therapy as a way to express our emotions and feelings. I will never put this work into one of my exhibitions. As a matter of fact, you can see behind me, that's my artwork. And this is my art therapy work. Let's talk about the story. I feel like I was a seed and it took so long for me to reach the sun. But the thing is, when I reach the sun, I would know that I have a stronger root because it took me so long to grow. This is one example of art therapy. So it focuses on the therapeutic result other than the artwork itself. So this is the first difference between the art and art therapy, or art class and an art therapy. The result is different. And then also the people you're working with are different. So when you go to an art class, you see an artist. Well, this is a typical stereotype artist who wearing the hat like this, and the fact I do have a hat like this. So you will be working with an artist who actually creating the artwork with you. And usually what is in an artist's head, they will be thinking about techniques. Things like color wheel, how do I do the lines, shadow, perspective. So this is what artists do. When I have my artist hat on, I think about this all the time. How can I make my painting better? How can I express to respond to a topic better? But when you're working with an art therapist, it's slightly different. So art therapists don't really wearing an artist hat. We are therapists, so we have a name tag here. And then you realize we have more arms because being an art therapist means you need to be familiar with all kinds of media and then ways of creating art. It could be painting, sculpture, clay, lino cutting, knitting, even making pom-poms, or we use sand, sound, everything. So it's like a music therapist who, if musicians pursue a career, they only need to master one or two of their area of expertise. But being a music therapist, you have to know all the instruments. Same as art therapists. So an artist only need to perfection something, one area they chose, but art therapist has to know everything, but it doesn't mean to be a professional level. That's the main difference. And what we're thinking about, what's in art therapist's head, actually, this is the main difference. What's in our therapist's head is not, oh, I didn't do this line correct, I didn't do this shadow correct. We're thinking about your safety and thinking about the techniques we can use to support you for better mental health. So instead of thinking about, okay, we have the color wheels and we have the painting the line today, we will be thinking about, for my clients' needs today, how can I keep them psychologically safe? And then can I leave my client at the end of the session? Can they leave in a safe place? Do we wrap things up? What is my treatment plan for the next time for my clients? And also my choice of the art supplies. Are we going to do watercolor today? Or are we going to do pencil drawing, which one is very free and loose and hard to control, while the other one is having a bit more control? Or we can even do clay today, which is a sensory-based experience. I will talk about this. So this is called ETC. I will talk about this later. Sorry about the acronyms. I couldn't fit everything in. So you're working with an artist who will give you the technique for your painting or art skills. You're working with an art therapist who give you and work with you for better mental strength and mental health. And then we also have this thing called the triangular relationship between a therapist, a client, and the art, which I will do another video and talk about it. And then move to the next stage. What is the process and what will happen when you go see an artist or art therapist? I run a lot of art class, as people know, which are quite different from art therapy. So let's say people come to my art class. What do they want to learn? They want to learn the skills so they can go home and make a painting, because I run painting workshops. So they can make a painting themselves. What I transfer to them is my knowledge. And this is the knowledge, the shadow, the light, the color, and the use of water. This is the knowledge I transfer them. And during this time, I help them to improve the skills, but I do not worry about if they are psychological safe today. Do they feel upset about something outside the therapy group? And then this is the different thing. I only focus on art. But if let's say the people came to my art therapy group, what should I bring to them is quite different. Our emotion is like an iceberg, which is a quite common metaphor we do. You have an iceberg and you can only see the part that is above the water. And then it could be depression, anxiety, OCD, drug and alcohol use, or even like speeding and put yourself in a dangerous situation. So, and then you're tired, you low energy. These are only what's on the surface. And then our therapists work what is underneath. It could be your trauma. It could be some of the experience you had in the past. It could be a neurology reason. So whatever is underneath is what we work on. So melting an iceberg sound like a really, really bad for climate change. But in therapy, we're trying to melt the iceberg. So your Jack will still be alive today. So this is the main difference between an art class and art therapy. And in art class, your main goal is the work result, your technique, or how you process your mood and how you create art, whatever, how you define art. So the hero here is the art. But in art therapy, the therapists help you to work in your mental health and then to have better well-being and finding balance in life, fighting stress or burned out. So art therapy, the hero is the therapy. And art is only a tool. I hope today's video will help you to have a better understanding between the difference of going to an art class and art therapy. If you have questions about art therapy or mental health or stress relief, even relationship building, this is my area of specialty. Feel free to send me a message or email me, which is on the screen here. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next video.